Assalamualaikum. So my group will talk about climate change and global warming. So what is climate change? Climate change is the changes in the usual climate of our Earth. It refers to the changes in rainfall distribution, the temperature of our Earth, and wind. So when these three things experience slight changes, this is what caused the greenhouse effect phenomenon. So for you guys to have a better understanding about this, I'm going to explain a little bit on how these things can happen. Okay. When sunlight enter the atmosphere of our Earth, some of the light are reflected back into the space in the form of infrared rays. And when heat energy is released, the energy is absorbed by the greenhouse gases. Okay, what are greenhouse gases? Greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxide, and also chlorofluorocarbon, CFC. Okay, these are the greenhouse gases. So these gases exist in the atmosphere of our Earth, and it prevents the infrared rays from being reflected back into the space. Heat energy that is not reflected keeps the Earth at an average temperature so that it is not too cold for living organisms to live in it. Okay. Gases such as carbon dioxide are naturally formed, but human activities have increased the concentration of the gases, which make the heat energy to be trapped, and consequently increase the temperature of the Earth. And this phenomenon is known as greenhouse effect. So now I'm going to talk about the unfamiliar situation regarding climate change and global warming, which is murky water. Okay, so more sediment and organic matter will make its way into the ocean, either because of increased rainfall or being dumped by melted glacier. Scientists predict that some ocean and seas might get murkier through the years, and this is most likely to happen in the coastal zone and estuaries where exactly there are many birds and fish feed. Murky water make it harder to hunt by sight, which make birds such as kittiwakes and gannet hard to find their food, while other species could have thrived with murky water. The other one is lightning. Lightning strike will increase more because of climate change and global warming. Okay, so lightning occurs when the electric charges build up within the water vapor of a cloud. So warmer temperature means more water vapor is trapped in the atmosphere, leading to more lightning. And scientists expect that lightning strikes will increase by 12% for every degree Celsius gain.
Assalamualaikum. So today I will talk about the cause of climate change and global warming. So based on my research, the main cause of climate change and global warming is greenhouse effect. So what is the function of greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect is to trap the heat of sunlight so that our Earth will stay in a suitable temperature for all the living organisms to live in it. So what acts as a greenhouse effect on our Earth? The answer is our atmosphere, because in our atmosphere there contains some of greenhouse gases, which is methane gas, carbon dioxide, and also water vapor. So excessive of this type of gases can trap too much heat, which will exceed the suitable temperature for our Earth. which will lead to global warming. So what make these greenhouse gases to increase or to exceed the suitable amount of greenhouse gas that should contain in our atmosphere? So the answer is this is because there are most of activities that are done by us that cause these type of gases to increase. So the first activity is deforestation, which is we chop off our tree. Most of our tree were chopped off because of the industrial, and also burning fossil fuels. So these two activities will cause the carbon dioxide gases to increase. Next is landfills. So these activities will cause methane gas to increase because this activity release methane gas. So for your information, methane gas will increase our earth temperature 4 times more than carbon dioxide gases. So this sounds very scary and dangerous for our earth. So as a conclusion, the most gas that affect our earth temperature nowadays is carbon dioxide. This is because most of our activities nowadays cause carbon dioxide gas to increase so much in our air, because burning fossil fuels are everywhere in our earth nowadays. So I will talk about the familiar situation regarding climate change and also global warming. So do you know about El Nino? So I think most of Malaysians have heard about it or familiar about it, because these phenomena have been popular issues for 5 years back, because Malaysian experienced El Nino during 2016. So how can this El Nino phenomena happen? So at the Pacific Ocean, there is enormous wind circulation, which will make the cold wind from the east part and will move to the west part, which have the hot wind. But if this phenomena happen, which is El Nino happen, this will cause the wind circulation to stop and make the hot wind from the west part to move to the east part. So this situation will cause the west part, which is Southeast Asian, to experience a very high temperature and also very hot weather, and also east part to experience La Nina, which is a very bad storm, and rain will regularly happen there. So these phenomena have been experienced by Malaysia during 2016. So this phenomenon starts during February 2015, but these issues have been taken seriously during 2016. So during El Nino happens, most of the states in Malaysia, which is Perlis, Pahang, and also Kedah, experience a very high temperature. So this very high temperature cause a very bad effect to our country. So the bad effect that affect our country is our rainfall distribution has decreased due to the very high temperature, and also extreme water shortage happens at the most of states in Malaysia, but the most extreme happens in Lembah Klang area.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, you should know there are many ways to overcome the problem of climate change and global warming in this world. Humans need to change towards sustainable living. The negative effect of climate change will not be inevitable until the next few decades, and the mitigation actions taken are only aimed at reducing the impact of phenomenon. Accordingly, one of the most important steps is to urge the global community to adopt a sustainable or environmentally friendly way of life. More environmentally friendly technologies need to be implemented to replace existing technological processes to reduce greenhouse gas pollution. Therefore, each individual is encouraged to reduce air travel and walk or bike for short distance. In Malaysia, although greenhouse gas emissions are less than 1%, our role in tackling global warming remains important, and we are grateful for the government's commitment to reduce carbon emissions to 40% by 2020. The National Climate Change Policy will continue to guide the planning of the development program and in promoting sustainable economic growth and human development, as well as environmental conservation.